Guys, today's topic is Ripple and XRP, which comprise the vast majority of cryptocurrencies and finance. Listen, we've been keeping a watch on the turbulence around it took a while for this to happen to the bombs that were exploding on Twitter the other day. To put it bluntly, it was a week or so ago at this point, in my opinion, and things have grown. Continue reading to the end to find out more. If this sounds like something you'd be interested in, make sure to watch this new video right now. Hello and welcome to our channel, where we discuss the newest XRP news and the cryptocurrency world in general. If you're watching one of our videos for the first time, we'd like to extend a warm welcome. We encourage you to activate the notification bell so that you never miss any video. We are pleased to announce that this channel is hosting a 200 XRP giveaway. To be eligible to participate, simply subscribe to the channel, like this video, and comment with the hashtag XRP. The winner will be notified on September 30th. This tweet for Nerd Nation has been interesting since then. Unbox will serve as our starting point, and the theory's creators, Vale and Joseph Lubin, have been invited to a crypto law livestream by Johnny Deaton. Given the data that has recently been disclosed, I seriously doubt it. They will respond positively. Let us talk about it. Johnny Deaton's example of monopolistic ambitions. How are these goals achieved? It requires support from internal regulatory organizations, including the SEC. This is referred to as regulatory capture. Only if I could uncover whether someone in the SEC's upper echelons of authority could assist would I be able to call it regulatory capture. What steps should be taken to make such goals a reality? By the way, this has been settled, and we are aware of their disagreement. Nonetheless, he is currently responding to Stephen Neri. This is a minor breakdown, as you can see, because I don't have the original post. It's up here because it's inaccessible. Despite my efforts, I was unable to locate it. We see the plot's tragic but lovely unfolding. What was the paper in Lubin's back pocket about which he boasted? Do you see anything for Stephen Neri? He is conceited about something. Secured for them for defense purposes only, not to bully. It will not aid cryptocurrency users for their monopolistic objectives due to their behaviors. It will eventually come to light as crooked. Joe and Johnny Deaton are reacting to listen. Right now, Johnny Deaton is going and working with Stephen about Ifgate, which will be quite interesting. So he knows a lot more about this now, but we utilize Cowboy Crypto. 313, writing back and stating that Joe has a missing employment history for about a decade and has been completely removed from the internet, is also strange. And what do you observe about the introduction of the theorem? We were aware of people's reservations. Charity claimed to have worked at Goldman Sachs, despite being left out of this section of Kemi Russo's great book, The Infinite Machine, and Here Vakalik, who was conveniently living in Stephen's Long Island home and working from there, as he frequently did when he visited New York, and Here Vakalik, who was conveniently living in Stephen's Long Island home and working from there, as he frequently did when he visited New York. Did you happen to see what was going on in the chat when these messages were sent? A.V. Vitalik approached patrols enough to answer when he saw the messages. He didn't say anything as his cheeks turned bright red, and his normally calm eyes glowed with rage. He set up his laptop, entered another room, and began to type that those charges were unnecessary. He created a user-agnostic theorem if banks choose to use it. That's fantastic. Thus, this is quite intriguing with the right digital asset in the sense of the theorem. Individuals continue to drop bombs, and Joseph, Mike, and Nagrats are friends. Because, hey, what we're witnessing is getting interesting. We can see this from the outside. Do you have any insight that could help to clarify this video, which is about 2 minutes long and discusses him and his speech? Also available after 9 days. I got the free pass. How do they get around the SEC? How much do you know? They pretty much predicted what the SEC would do with the hypothesis. Look into it, sure, but there's a theory that hasn't been settled on yet, and I bet nickels on donuts. They'll say 3, and that was presumably a security that no longer exists. I need to meet with the DOJ or SEC right away. It's a great question, you know. Began by emphasizing that, while retail regulators aim to defend retail, they do not originate in retail. The first 3 years were 98 to 95% or less. Jake Layton did work for Sullivan Cromwell at JP Morgan's mortgage desk, but they were dealing with men they knew from the Goldman Sachs, and they contact a person if they're regulating mortgages, so they missed everything. Because no one else was taking part, and so, late last year, this jumped from having a small market cap to suddenly having a $1 trillion market cap, and Paris Hilton was kicked out. There are honking coins, and it is a matter of discussion for everyone. Regulators got concerned because it was unusual to see NBC not criticize CNBC. I assume I don't think I can see them from here. They were hosting a seminar here, where they took people through the purchase of the rippling XRP coin one-on-one on the day of that show when it was trading at $3.20 after growing from 20 cents to 8 weeks before the item dropped. Because they were lacking, the price dropped all the way. To 50 cents, it was utter nonsense. They do, however, know how to get involved. As a result of which they are doing, they should be waiting for something. The first step is to keep the minutes in order so that we can take action against fraud. Investigate market manipulation right now. The first two regular things are thus fraud and market manipulation. It's also fortunate that the Department of Justice raised the issue of indexes falsifying their volume numbers as a type of market manipulation. All of this is true, and we will therefore remove some of the junk from the system. I honestly believe it's healthy. You must think I adore it if you're laughing, right? These are the people who will immediately change their thoughts. Furthermore, we are already aware of every mistake Mike has made in the past. You cannot report on that, superiors. Story what distinguishes this from the CCP or the Soviet Union, and this is coming from a digital asset investor. What's strange about this is that I don't think it's getting enough attention or visibility, especially from the mainstream media, because many people there are told what to say and how to act. I believe they're attempting to conceal it. Do you have any importance of the parties involved? They are higher up the food chain, so pay carefully. They will not be able to stop the stampede. Stephen can be seen down here, stating the media as part of this story. Darlings will see life from an alternative viewpoint. Please be patient as Stephen makes a major announcement. Stephen has made another significant remark over here. This is a father-son campaign to undermine or make me look bad by precise planning and character assassination. The Hammond emails exposed Dmitry Buterin's fervent claim about not being concerned about the SDC administration during our May 2018 meeting. I was wrong about the discussion being a deception or a distraction. Vitalik Buterin is accused of committing significant fraud. He was found guilty of assisting North Korea in evading sanctions, reverted to his old ways, and eventually realized the folly of his faithful ways. Buterin responded with a flurry of tweets on Sunday, contradicting Griffith's allegations that he disassociated himself and then unfairly disparaged his jailed friend, and the reason for this is that he had a brief interaction here. It was an interview, and he was briefly speaking about Stephen Ethereum and other such stuff if your interviews are like this. Should check it out while it's still available. For around 5 minutes. A digital asset investor published. This film in the area is without a doubt the interview is ultimately fascinating. I believe that much of what we have been talking and speculating about in the past is finally coming to light. When we thoroughly investigate what is going on in the neighborhood, allocating millions of dollars to early contributions is either sensitive or inappropriate. I mean, I have no idea why it is an unanswerable question. Yeah, just my Navy. I believe the problem is that, like many things in this world, they aren't always directly tied to this. A specific point, but rather to other administrative issues that we're attempting to address right now because we're working to handle them right now. It would not be proper for me to address them because there is now a discussion on Reddit that does. However, I will gladly handle it. After it's taken care of, it's that simple, if I may say so myself. If you see that, it appears to be a less than transparent defense, and I envision Ethereum as a highly religiously transparent platform. Could you explain why you were unable to react to that? Yes, even though as a member of the organization, I have been overwritten on the matter because I thought this was much bigger than just a financial trade. It was being traded for 96 cents, And since I couldn't locate someone to buy it from, I called the founder of Vital Butcher and made the purchase, given that I purchased a large amount of his other for 96 cents. I'm not sure if he likes me. You're right, he got it from Vitalik through a private deal. Who are the people whose names appear on this list? Well, I believe we already know a few of them, but if this list does not come to light, and once again, it's kind of surreal to see Stephen responding to this, I believe we already know a few of them. After all, it's been well over a year since then. On September 5, 2022, Nerd Nation Unbox Pew. I'm curious whether the mainstream media will pay attention to this, because we never thought we'd see this much information come out about it. I doubt it because too many names are associated with it at the top of the food chain, and I don't think they want to draw attention to it. I'd love to hear your thoughts, so please share them in the comments section below.